Hey everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of The Spot. My name is Tiara.
I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Ron.
And today we are here to discuss episode 8 of Power called Trust Me.
Trust me.
Yes, and so before we get started, we just want to take a second to thank all of our commenters, all of our subscribers, everyone that's been viewing the show.
Fantastic.
Thank you for your support, for your love and everything. We appreciate it.
Please tell your friends, your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your enemies. Tell them all about about the. Gosh, just tell them all.
Yeah, please
tell
do.
them all, please.
Thank you guys.
We love you guys, really.
So let's jump into the recap. So this episode 8, like I said, is called Trust Me. And we see that there is no trust amongst anybody in this episode. So it's interesting. But first of all, the feds, they are still pursuing this Lobos case. They have discovered his grave that was unused.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, me too. I'm cool with it. And they also found the 2 sets of footprints, which I'm not too concerned about that because I think that, Ghost and Tommy, they'll figure something out, and the feds, they're going to end up pursuing someone else instead of them. I think that's how that's going to happen.
It's like alphabet soup. They don't know which way to go.
Yeah.
They really don't.
Mm-hmm.
They're making their good little effort trying to, scare folk, but these are professionals
Right.
they're trying to scare into. These aren't amateurs.
Yeah, not at all.
But look, had Ghost done away with the
Here
body,
we go.
that was his mistake. I told you that last week.
Uh-huh.
There would have been, if there had been no grave, there wouldn't be a lead for the feds in
Yeah.
the first place.
And so, that was their mistake because
Maybe
they did
hindsight's
not.
2020. Let's move forward.
Yeah. So
It's still Ghost's fault.
I'm with you. But
You can't win. I'm one guy, 2 women. I can't win. Okay.
Well, speaking of women and very opinionated women, we have Angela and MJ, the new investigator, and she is pursuing both Angela and Ghost, going to have sit-downs with them.
She's thorough.
She is.
She's a thorough chick.
Mhm.
However, she's out of her league.
Yeah, MJ, she's really trying to press Angela to wear this wire because ultimately she wants her to wear the wire so that she can get a confession out of Ghost. But first of all, Angela she's not going to allow that because if Ghost goes down, she goes down too. And second of all, Ghost is too smart. He's not going to just be, spilling all the beans without any good, he knows how to maneuver his way around these conversations.
Oh, yeah, I'm not worried about
Yeah,
Ghost.
so
It's
he-
Angie I'm worried about, see, because, she's heartbroken, love-starved. What else we got with Angie? She's trying to mess with Tasha.
Yeah.
With chocolate drop. I wish she'd get off that.
Mhm.
Because Tasha's going, she's going to have to go street on it.
Yeah.
That's not going to be a good look.
And Angie, she's still doing a whole lot this episode.
Yeah, she
We see she done gone to see Tasha for a 3rd time, which last week, Angie, we told you.
Yes.
You
no
don't
more
go see
visits
Tasha.
to the wife's house.
Exactly.
No more visits.
But in this case, she's going to try to cover her tracks because, like I said, if Tommy and Ghost get found out, she gets found out too.
Yeah.
So she's trying to go and alibi check everybody. She's gone to stop by and talk with Tasha, and Tasha said, I'm still sticking with my story pretty much. And then she also kind of covered for Tommy too and said that Tommy was with his mother.
Mm-hmm.
And so when she goes to talk to Kay is, crackhead. So
yeah, she was about to blow it.
She was, and luckily Tommy came in.
Yeah, that's because Tasha texted him. She texted him and said, we got a problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Tasha on her game.
Yeah,
Tasha's a G.
I love it.
She
Tasha's
is.
a G. She
Yeah,
knows
she
how to
is.
play the game.
And so Tommy came in and he basically squashed that. Like, look, I'm not taking the orders from you. I don't know who you think you are, Angie, but I
He
don't
said,
like
sit
you.
down, Angie. I'm like, see, Ghost should have done that a long time ago. Sit down, Angie. Take
Right.
control.
Mhm.
Tommy looked like a boss.
And
this
Tommy
episode
want to
anyway.
kill Angie so bad.
Right. I loved his comment about the his and her jumpsuits, though.
Exactly.
I mean, whoever's writing Tommy's lines, I mean, he
They
is
on one
always
point.
the comic
They
relief.
are
Yeah.
on one point.
And so I think that was so funny. But Angie, she's still a mess with this whole Greg thing.
What's up with that?
Oh
Did
my
you see
God.
that coming?
I had no idea that was going to happen. I knew Angie was going to try really hard to get Greg to change his perspective on her, but she really tried to play on his emotions because she knows he still has feelings for her. And so she really tried to, lean on him and get him to console her.
Oh, she
and Greg,
did some- he was leading all
Wait a
right.
minute, I want to ask my people, what did y'all think about that sex scene between Greg and Angie?
Hot mess.
It was
Hot
weak.
mess.
It was
Angie,
weak.
Angie was thinking of Ghost.
Yeah, and looking at him too.
Well,
A
Greg
little
was
picture on the
Trying
wall.
to do his little thing.
Yeah,
I'm
it
sorry
didn't look
for
like.
Well, we all know that Ghost puts it down. I mean, that's why
Yeah, Ghost.
he stole her away from
Yeah.
Greg in the first place.
Yeah.
That really wasn't a steal.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
There was really no competition.
But with Greg, we see he really played the crap out of her because she got him.
They were playing each other, though.
They were. She tried to play on his emotions, but he really played her on her emotions as well, making her think that, okay, like I'm in good with Greg now, like he gonna try to look out for me.
Right.
But really, Greg's still texting like
He's still texting, and he did what Sax told him to do. Sax told him a week ago to get a piece.
Go get your piece. Come back and do your thing.
Exactly.
He did just that.
And he sure did, and he still texts like, I don't trust
I
her.
gave him a little street credit for that.
Yeah. He
Greg,
bossed up on that. I was like, okay, Greg.
Yeah, so,
You're not the nerd I thought you were.
but Greg is gonna continue to be a problem though. Because
he's a problem.
Yeah, he's still a problem, and we know that he's right about his theories about Ghost and Tommy. He's absolutely 100% correct, but his problem is he doesn't have any hard evidence, and I think he's gonna get it soon. I think so.
Okay.
But it might lead him in another direction. It may lead him to Mike.
Well, okay, again, Angie has the tool to get Mike. Okay, she's in the car with Ghost, but she's so stricken by this love thing
Right.
that she can't take the second to look at the phone and make it, and then decide. All this would have been over.
Exactly.
And she just looked at the phone, saw that it's Mike, done.
Yeah, and she kind of
There's
ticks
your
me
man.
off because you have this phone. That's the key to
That's the whole
clearing
key.
your name.
Exactly.
Yet you provide Greg with the surveillance footage of Ghost trying to basically cover Ghost tracks and prove his alibi is good, instead of giving up the very key that's going to clear your name.
That would have done it.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that you asked Ghost, where'd you get the phone? He didn't tell you. How did you get the phone? He didn't tell you.
And all she has to do is tap it and figure out the source. It's
Done.
It's a wrap.
And not only that, she covers Ghost, she covers Tommy, she covers herself.
Yeah.
Mike's in
She was
jail,
still
where he
in,
needs
she was
to
still
be.
too in her feelings.
So
Okay, we got
we
it.
gonna
Because
See.
you heard her talking about, you were doing me on the
Yeah.
table, this and that. I mean, she was going into the personal
Yeah.
instead of the business at
And
hand.
so Angie, she's slipping, and I hope she gets it together. But we'll see where that goes. On the flip side of things, we have Tasha, who is on her game.
My chocolate drunk.
Yeah, she made a little mistake this episode with Keisha, and
That wasn't a mistake.
I know, but it was a mistake bringing Keisha in on it because now
Yes.
Keisha is in danger.
Yes.
So I think that Tasha.
I think what she should have done from the jump was just bring Keisha in and let her know what's up.
But she
I
was
don't
trying to
think-
keep Keisha clean. Like,
Keep-
she doesn't
right.
want her to have
Plausible
any-
deniability. Remember that.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. And how is that working out for you?
It's not working out. Because Milan came up in that joint like, I know what you've been up to. I know that this is a front for cleaning Tommy's money.
Exactly.
Does Ghost know? Does Keisha know?
It
So-
was working out for Keisha because she didn't know until she overheard that.
Exactly.
So,
And
But
she
that's
should have
the
kept
game.
it that way. She
Right.
should have.
And that's the game. I mean, sooner or later, Keisha was going to find out.
Yeah.
Sooner or later.
yeah.
Yeah. And there, like I said, there's no way that Tasha could have predicted this Milan situation.
No.
She couldn't have never seen that coming. And so, had it not been for that, I think that Keisha could have gone through this whole thing without knowing anything.
She could have, but I was always concerned about that. I thought that she was trying to put Keisha on and also Tasha become a boss. But I was concerned that once you start mixing the two, that if there was a drug bust of any kind, I was worried that something might happen
But
to
initially,
Keisha.
I thought Keisha might be down for it, though, because they best girls. I thought Keisha knew something about the lifestyle. So, and of course, she did.
Yeah.
So, I'm a little surprised that she came out like that on Keisha.
No,
Right. Well,
which
with
lets
Tasha,
you know that she wasn't down for that.
exactly.
Right.
And so with Tasha, I think that she's going to have to really get it together and work on her situation with Keisha. And Milan, he's going to continue to try to exploit Tasha and that whole situation. So Tasha really has to work on covering her tracks really well. But before we go into our next topic, let's take a moment to see what our girl LaWanda has going on down in the ATL.
Hey, LaWanda.
What's up?
Hey guys, this is Wanda. I'm at Ponce Market, and here are my new friends. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Tristan Blake.
Hi, I'm Mia.
I'm Nani.
Okay, guys, I have a question. So, you guys are Power fans?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have some Power fans here. Okay, so on the last episode, you saw that Tommy just got beat down. So my question to you guys is, if that were you, how would you get out of it? Have you ever had to talk yourself out of a fight?
Well, I don't watch Power, but I have had to talk
We'll
myself
get
out
to
of a
you
fight.
about that later. So how did you talk yourself out?
She's just trying to fight me. I was just like, come on now, girl, let's hug it out. Well,
Hug
while
it
we
out.
fighting.
And now y'all friends?
No. But I did walk away.
You tried.
Scratch free. I didn't get into a fight though.
Okay, that's good. So Tommy, next time, Milan comes to you, just hug it out. Maybe you can avoid the beat down. Okay, so you like Power. Tell me why you like Power.
Yeah, I like Power. I guess I really like the consistency. I like the execution and like the efficiency of the show in terms of production and stuff. But that's another conversation. But as far as the show itself, it just seems real to me, if that makes sense. So
Okay.
I prefer it over other shows.
I'm with you, because I'm a Power fan. So the last question I have for you guys, are you team Tasha or team Angie?
Tasha.
Yeah, definitely
She's been in the picture, that's it.
Yeah.
See, there we go.
It could all be so simple. She already got it. It's already set up. She's there. She holds him down. I don't know why.
She a real one. That's all that matters.
See, these are now my friends, and if I'm ever in a fight, this is my squad.
Yeah.
Team Tasha. All right, guys. See you later. Signing off from Pond City Market.
All right, LaWanda, thanks for keeping us updated on what's going on over in Atlanta.
I like your stuff.
You always look out for us. So we're going to go ahead and jump back into the recap for episode 8, Power. And I want to talk about Tommy. He's got a lot going on this episode. And Tommy is definitely on the, he's a hothead. But he is still on his game. He is taking over what Ghost used to be. That's Tommy now.
I agree. I mean, Tommy, he's the cleanup man. He's like you said,
The enforcer.
The enforcer.
Exactly.
He's all that rolled up. And even though he's got a lot going on in his head,
Yeah.
but he still knows how to put it down and kind of keep that, keep business the way it's supposed to be. He's moving like he's supposed to.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
And I'm glad to see him out of the dumps. Like, he's still hurting over Holly, but he's not in his little pity mode. Like,
He's channeling that energy.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, but Milan's got him on point, and that's what worries me, because as much as Tommy wants to be a boss, he's really a follower.
I think
That's
so.
true.
Yep.
That's true.
a
That's
great
why
point.
Ghost was always able to manipulate Tommy.
Exactly. So and that's what worries me about this new move between he and Dean, or Milan, whatever you want to call him. But it worries me because he jumps out there too fast. He's not. He didn't think much.
Yeah.
He's reactionary.
Milan is really getting into his head too, because Milan is like, how you gonna trust this man? Y'all don't have no trust between y'all.
He's
and
disloyal.
then he's disloyal, doing stuff behind your back. Like, how are you able to work with somebody? He also mentioned something very pivotal, and I think Tommy just realized it. Like, Ghost knows that I will kill you and him if he continues to plot on me, yet he's still continuing to plot. So you think he really looking out for you?
No, and what about, he tells...
Good point.
And he tells Tommy, you can replace me someday.
Yeah. He knows doggone well he lying.
Right.
I mean, and Tommy has a little smirk on his face, like he's feeling it.
Yeah, he's envisioning it in his head, like, I can see that. But Milan is not about to give up the throne.
Of course he
Absolutely
wouldn't.
not.
That's too much throne to give up.
Exactly.
We have no idea how deep Milan is.
Right.
And he's going to give all that up?
And he also mentioned to Tommy, like, you have too many ties. Like, you are too connected to all of these people in your life. What if you just let all of that go? You'll be free from all of this drama. And you could just move like me.
And
I ain't got no
theoretically,
ties.
Since he doesn't have Holly, he's down with that.
Yeah.
Right. Well, think about it. In the previous episodes, he always talked about how he's always been undermined. Like, he's always been Ghost's sidekick, and Ghost was the boss. And this episode, he looked more like a boss.
Exactly.
And Ghost looked like the sidekick. Even holding court in Ghost's club. And that's Ghost's domain. He doesn't want any drugs or anything of that sort in his club. So for him to do that, I mean, that was a power move by Milan and Tommy.
And Tommy, because Tommy didn't tell Ghost. He could have easily given him the heads up.
So we know the meds are going to be pushed through the club. So they got a new name, Club Med.
Well, all of the distributors, they are pissed about having to push these prescription pills to the soccer moms now.
I mean, that's where the money is. Why
I'm-
not go up?
Well, you see,
That's petty weight for them. They want to
That's-
deal
that's
in
uptown money.
the cocaine. They want the hard
But
drugs.
theoretically, though, if you're going to run a business,
Mhm.
you got to look at your products, and you got to look at where they're best served.
Yeah.
So, you know, OxyContin and all that. Those are drugs.
Yeah,
that-
but their clientele is changing. That means the people that are pushing these drugs, the face of those people is also going to change because
Right.
they have
Exactly
to be
right.
clean cut looking people.
exactly
Exactly.
right.
But the people that are out there on the streets, that's not them. They're not clean cut
No,
looking people.
that's uptown. That's uptown.
Yeah.
So you get a few young white kids. to
But
push
then that means your
push that
crew
dope.
is getting cut out because they don't fit the look.
Right.
Well, one that
Well, you see what happened to the
Asian
Korean
guy,
dude when
yeah,
he
he-
tried to object.
yeah, he objected and got one.
He
right
out of
in
here.
there.
Yeah. So
He
yeah,
joined his son.
the
That's
Korean
right.
he jumped up and came to Tom and Milan signaled his man. He was like, take him out. And next thing you know, and that was a real power move on Milan's behalf too,
Yeah.
because you see how Ruiz sat right down. Anybody else got any objections? Ruiz took several seats.
Yeah, he
He
did.
was
But I
like,
expected that. That's Milan. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he's read The Art of War. I'm trying to tell you,
Mm-hmm.
he knows that.
But I think Tommy enjoyed having that power and holding court because when Milan did that, Tommy was like, "Well, anybody else have any other objections?" It's like, "Oh, you got my back."
mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I just don't see that as a mix. I can't see for long Tommy and Milan.
No.
Milan and
No,
Tommy.
he's
It's not
using
gonna work.
Tommy. He's
Yeah.
using Tommy.
Especially
Yeah.
not with Milan offering him some of that food. Tommy was like, we know you a
Well,
camel.
Tommy ain't want no parts of that food.
Anybody got any guesses of what he was eating? I say it was a rack of leg.
Might have been a toe, a foot,
Right,
a
right.
finger.
I don't know,
elbow.
just big old bones sent up in there.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
didn't look right.
Yeah, Tommy
Yeah.
was good for turning that one down.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Smart.
But also what Tommy did, we still see that he's still hot-headed because Hugo came to talk with Tommy and everything, and Hugo brought up the
Bam.
dog,
He brought up Bam.
and he brought up Holly.
I was down with that though.
Yeah, and Hugo, he's no more. So
Nope.
goodbye,
Sorry.
Hugo. Sorry.
Sayonara.
But you know what? Look at it this way. Ghost put his gun away. I guess what, they're gonna burn him or something? What were they gonna do?
No,
with
they
him?
were trying to get They were trying to question
Yeah,
him and
they
get
were-
answers out of him.
And at the end-
And this week, Tommy did what
you know what?
Ghost
Ghost
did
should
last
have
week.
done.
No, Ghost lost control last week. This week it was
Oh,
Tommy.
But see, you can't play around with that though, because Ghost put his gun away and said, "Come on, Tommy. So let's go do
Yeah.
what we gotta do. Let's go." But that's buying time.
But Tommy is he has triggers. Like I said, if you mention anything about
Bam,
something that's
Holly.
emotional to him,
Mm-hmm.
he goes off, and we know that he's still hurting over Holly. So when Hugo mentioned that, it was a wrap for him.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily a bad thing because Ghost still got the burner phone out of it that was
Right.
being used to contact
Exactly.
whoever is
And that
leaked.
was smart. That was smart. Ghost, he knew to get something out of that.
Exactly.
So he checked
I
his
never
pockets.
said
Yeah.
Ghost wasn't smart.
Yeah, so it worked
I
out.
don't know about that.
Yeah.
don't know
I never
about
said
And-
Ghost wasn't smart.
Right. And
that.
while
I don't
we're
know about
on the
that. We gotta
topic
go
of
back to a couple episodes. and-
I said he was taking L's. I said he's been taking
been
L's
taking
all
L's.
season.
He's definitely
and he has
smart.
been taking L's.
he has. I
Okay.
agree. But Ghost, while we're on the topic of him, he has been slipping a little bit this episode. He's back into his heavy drinking habits.
Yes.
And Tasha is, I think that there's a backstory.
Yes.
And where Tasha was saying, she's really concerned about him drinking again. And I think that he may have been an alcoholic in the past, or he might be having some kind of issues where he might have stopped. But now that he's drifting back into this bad habit, it's like somebody needs to, get him under control.
Look, by doing that kind of intel, look at the information he got.
Yeah, he was being
Okay.
strategic, but he has an alcohol issue. And I've even asked Courtney over Twitter, like last season, about this. I reached out to her because he was drinking heavily last season. And I said, is he an alcoholic? And she said, good catch.
Okay.
So I was like, on to something. He's a
Yeah.
functioning alcoholic,
He
I
likes
believe.
his scotch.
Well, he's been working with a new guy, Donato, who is basically giving him information in exchange for a big drug bust. So Ghost says, look, I'll give you the biggest bust of your career, but you got to help me figure out who's pushing these cigarettes.
Well, Donato told him, you got to get in the bar.
Yeah.
He told him,
Yeah, he
you
gave
got to
him the
go do
names.
what you got to do. And he said, and you might want to spend some time in the bar. So, hey, he's doing
Yeah,
it.
which is not a good look for an
it may not-
alcoholic.
well, true,
Yeah.
but I think he can handle that, though. I really
Oh,
do.
I mean,
I think he can handle that.
Ultimately, I think Ghost is going to come out on top. But that doesn't mean he isn't a lush.
Okay. Yeah, that's true too. But I think that him getting the cigarettes and figuring out what's going on with in those bars is him doing his research on Milan.
Yeah.
And so I think that's going to lead him
the
somewhere.
drinking was all about.
Yeah.
Right.
Because right now, he can't afford to be a lush right now. He
Right.
really can't. So he's done his intel. He's got what he needs. And remember, prior to that, he had nothing.
Right.
Right.
So he's
Now
making a
he
little
knows-
headway.
What does he know now?
Yeah.
Let's see what he knows now.
Right. He knows a lot. And he was slumped at the house too. Did
Yeah.
you notice that? And then he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna take a shower." You know, I was like, "You
Yeah.
can take a shower at your hotel,
There you
not
go.
here,
Man, there you
not
go.
here."
It's still the man's crib.
No, that's Tasha's crib.
It's still his crib. I bet he paying for
She
it.
put him out.
I bet he paying for it.
He is, but he no longer lives there.
Look.
He should live. He should pay for it.
It's
His
his
children are
It's
there.
his crib. Take a shower if you want
That's
to.
her
I
crib.
bet he
That's-
still got clothes up in there.
No, I don't think
How
so.
about Ghost
Y'all,
using?
look. I mean, come on. Look. I get it.
He
He
doesn't
did
live
his
there.
wife wrong. He did the kids wrong. I get that.
Right.
But y'all ready to close the book already? Come on. It's still.
All I'm saying
He
is,
needs Tasha. Tasha needs him.
Okay,
Don't get wrong. Take your
okay,
shower.
what does that have to do with him taking a shower at his own place?
That's right. His own place. Take a shower.
He doesn't live there anymore. He lives in a hotel. Okay.
Well, this argument could go on all day long because we know that she's Team Ghost, or your Team Ghost, and you Team Ghost too. You Team Ghost, but
Right,
you
right,
call
okay.
Ghost on his crap.
You're right. I do look like Ghost, but I do have issues with how he's treating his family.
Yeah.
And I said that last
And
week.
I think we can all agree,
I
though.
said that as a man. I got issues how he treated, particularly when you got, little kids.
Yeah.
I'm down with that. But
Right.
you ready to close the door on Tasha and Ghost? I'm not.
Okay, well, we'll see.
We'll see.
But
We'll
I have an issue with Ghost right now because he has started talking to Ruiz. Ghost is ticking me off talking to Ruiz because Ruiz has already proved to you that he is a
Not loyal.
blabbermouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was a good thing though.
It-
What did he do? He plant a seed in Louise's head about what? Taking over.
It's a lie though.
That's true.
Because how are you gonna?
Well,
first of all, Milan is
using Ruiz.
He's gotta take
He
that.
is
He's using Ruiz.
And he's
He
got to
is.
take
He's using
that risk.
It
he has
is.
to take that risk.
It's a decent plan because he has nothing else right now. So
Right.
if he can get Ruiz to give up Milan
Right.
and get him arrested instead of killing him, that's an alternative. It'll take care of the problem temporarily, enough for him to get out of the game
But
supposedly.
it'll be
But-
interesting to me how he does that, though. I mean,
Exactly.
what kind of evidence can you pull on Milan to get him arrested on the spot? I mean, it's not going to happen like that. And you know
Yeah.
what? And as
Well, we
thorough
saw-
as Milan is, I'm sure his lawyers are just equally as thorough as he is.
Probably, but we saw in the previews for next week. I know we'll talk about that later. They're going to a meeting, and Ruiz is probably wired up. Greg is in the background talking to him too. So, there may be ways to get Milan caught up.
Well, hopefully it works out for Ghost because I don't know what else he got. If this don't work out, somebody gonna die.
Well, he's definitely got the spot
Yeah.
where,
Yeah.
where those drugs are. He's
Yeah.
got that. So
Yeah.
it might not be too difficult a position to play. But
Well,
it's a dangerous one. Though.
Yeah,
It's
it
a
is
real
very dangerous.
one.
And even with this thing, he now has this big rift with Tommy. Because, there was a scene where they were both sitting in the car and they're talking to each other. And, he's saying, I need you to be upfront with me going forward. And Ghost is saying, like, I don't have a plan. Like, I'm being, like, basically they're lying to each other in the car. And it's a super awkward moment.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I know you lying to me, but I ain't
Right.
gonna say nothing.
Right.
And so the rift between them is getting wider and wider and wider. Even
Right.
though they're working together, supposedly to get rid of this Milan issue, Tommy is kind of power tripping because
Right.
he's feeling it. And he's like, I kind of like this.
Mhm.
And I don't really need you at this point, Ghost. Like, why do I need you?
Yeah, I don't. This isn't a good look. It really kind of points to Ghost having to make a decision, possibly to get rid of Tommy.
I hope it doesn't come to
Tommy
that.
or Angie, because if you think about the previews for next week,
When he finds out that Angie had a wire,
Ugh.
that's going to be real interesting.
Oh.
That's going to be bad for
when
her.
he finds out that Angie had a wire, when he finds out that Angie slept with Greg,
Ugh.
it might be a little easier to kill Angie.
It might
be. Ghost might do it himself. He might not have to get Tommy to do it.
Slept
Look,
with who?
Tommy killed Holly himself, so it's possible. Ghost.
Hey, we didn't see that one coming, so maybe this is another one.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible.
Yeah. So we'll see how that ends up. But Tommy, I think like I said, he's power tripping, and he's been given the command to kill Keisha. That's my girl. I like Keisha.
I like Keisha too.
I want her to stick around, but we all know what happens when Tommy doesn't follow through on Milan's instructions. So that's all bad.
I didn't see Milan telling Tommy to kill.
He
Keisha.
said take care of her.
Yeah.
But anybody can imply that when Milan says take care of
it.
somebody, he means take care of it, kill them. So that's what I took from that. And I hope Keisha sticks around. I hope she makes it through the end of the season.
I think with Keisha, when she overheard that conversation, she probably, like you said, should have stayed in the back. Because then when she tripped into the conversation, she looked awkward.
Yeah.
And then I think that Milan sensed that she had overheard. So now she's a liability. Now, if she had stayed in the cut, he probably could say, okay, he could believe Tasha. Right. She doesn't know anything.
Yeah.
But when she came out there and all awkward and stuff, and her body language.
Yeah, Keisha messed up real bad. And now she's really in danger. Yeah, but even further, I'm like people being in danger at this Tariq situation. Oh my God. Ooh. My heart dropped.
I know.
To see Kanan.
Yeah, Kanan.
Oh, he was about to lullaby Tariq.
Yes.
I just thought. I mean, he was going to put a bullet in the back of my boy's head.
Yeah. Kanan is like a serious schemer. Like, he done followed Dre to get into the situation where he goes and meets him up at the gym. And then he kind of, like, gives him the backstory. Like, oh, yeah, I know your dad. My name is Slim. And then he's still talking about, your dad, we used to run together back in the day. And he's giving Tariq the scoop on everything that used to happen. And then the apartment, we figure out what the apartment was about because there was a guy that they were under named Breeze and Ghost killed him in that living room. And so that's was the history lesson. Right. Yeah.
And, but Kanan kind of got me a little confused. I mean, initially you're working, you're trying to see where Tariq is head-wise. Mm-hmm. And then we cut to the apartment scene and you want to put a bullet in him. Now, to me, you already had Tariq when you gave him that Texas tea.
Yeah,
right. You already had it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And then you're walking down the street and letting him know what his father was, what he did, and Tariq wasn't pushing back on that.
Yeah.
He was kind of feeling that.
Yeah, I think he.
So you could use Tariq. Why bother to try and kill him? That's the part.
And that's the thing about Kanan. Yeah.
To hurt Ghost.
I think he was just looking for like an immediate revenge situation.
Right. Yeah, but that's not thinking because
But he did.
But he did. He readjusted his plan.
Yeah.
When he saw when he heard what Tariq had to say about Ghost and said he hated him. Yeah, he automatically. Oh, okay. Yeah. I can use him.
Yeah, and that's really scary for me because we already know Tariq, he's in a very strange place right now, and he could go either way. And so I really would hate for him to become too far under Kanan's influence. And I think that Dre is going to be the key to putting an end to that.
I agree.
He has to say something at this point.
I think so. I think he's going to step up.
I'm not with Dre right now. Dre's got to put an end to Kanan now.
Yeah. Right. And like I think with Kanan and Dre's situation, like Dre is really fearful of Dre. I'm sorry, Dre is fearful of Kanan, but he really could just end this whole thing by just taking him out.
He's got to take him out right now, particularly because Kanan isn't expecting any kind of move from him. Right. And that's the best time to do it. If you're going to do it, it's now or never. Because for sure, he'll kill your kid.
He's going to kill Ghost
kid.
Yep.
Yeah.
He doesn't care who he kills. Right. And you know what? Ultimately, he'll wind up killing Dre.
Oh, yeah, he will. Ultimately, he will.
Kanan doesn't care. People are expendable to him. He just burns through people like it's nothing. And don't have no kind of feeling about it.
Exactly.
Well, I think he probably feels like Ghost took Sean from him. So now he's probably feeling like, oh, I can take Tariq and make him my son.
You went in jail. Boy was in jail. Nobody put you in jail.
Right. Well, I think like that situation, I'm really interested in seeing what Dre is going to do because he has to make a move. But even further, like, do you guys see the previews for next week? And so, Tommy is pleading with Ghost, like, look, you need to be upfront with me. Like, you got to tell me, so, like, but...
And he said, I need you to choose me.
I chose Holly over... I chose you over Holly. I need you to choose me.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Is that a play?
I think that he's playing with Ghost.
Is he trying to play Ghost?
I think so.
You think?
Maybe, but it sounds like a lover's plea. I mean, even though I know that's not the type of relationship they have. They're like brothers and stuff.
A real strange
but
relationship.
no, they're like brothers. But I'm just saying. But
like
he's saying, you need to choose me. I chose you over Holly. You need to choose me this time.
And then you also mentioned the thing with Ruiz. He's getting pulled in by Greg to wear the wire. So, and I think that is because Ruiz is definitely going to follow through on his plan that him and Ghost discussed with setting Milan up. And so Greg is going to send him into a meeting with Milan wearing a wire. Now, how that ends for him, I don't know.
Not gonna be pretty.
I think Ruiz might
be out of here too.
Yeah, I think he's going to get
That's
chopped.
That's a write out.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to see about that. And then also, Tasha and everything, she's still deep in the situation. And Ghost is telling her, like, you take care of Tommy. He said, you take care of Tommy. I'm going to take care of Milan. Right. And so I want to see where Ghost is going with this.
What did he say? I thought he told her, you take it, Milan, I'm going to take care of Tommy.
Yeah, I might have got it switched. But either way, it's still a lot going on with that situation. And I think it's going to continue to get more and more intense.
Yes, it is. It's only getting better.
It sure is.
I can't wait for the next episode.
Yeah, it's like every time we watch one episode, it's like you're still like on the edge of your seat. Like, when is the next one? You can't wait. And I'm finding myself watching reruns.
I know.
In anticipation. So it's definitely going to be a good one next week. But we just want to thank you guys again for watching. Like we said, comment us, subscribe to our channel, hit us up on Twitter or Instagram at The Spot Real Talk, and we'll be happy to respond to your comments.
And if I'm not mistaken, I don't think new episodes of Power comes on next week. I think it comes back on September 18th, so they'll probably do a marathon next week.
Yeah.
And so I want you to keep with us, though. I want you to keep with The Spot because we got something special coming up. I don't want to give it away right now, but you're going to enjoy it. I promise you. It's what you want to see. We're going to be at The Spot. I'm not going to give it up to you because I want you to get the real true effect. It's going to be awesome. So keep us in your thoughts, your minds. Keep us in tune. We're here for you.
All right. So I guess we'll see you guys next time on another great episode of The Spot Real Talk. Goodbye.
Bye.